God damn, this movie's nasty. The Seed is brought to us by director Sam Walker and stars Lucy Martin, Chelsea Edge, and Sophie Vavasseur. What starts out as a girl's weekend away in the Mojave Desert becomes a tale of horror, death, and alien invasion. So The Seed is a new horror comedy about three young girls out in the middle of nowhere who find this mutant bear turtle alien thing. And from there, well, I don't want to ruin anything, but let's just say that it does some stuff to them and with them. Shit goes south pretty quick and it gets pretty fucking gross. Now the horror side of this movie is definitely more of the gross out gore, how much can we throw at you type of horror. The movie isn't really scary, but it is like really, really nasty. If you don't like body fluids and just stuff projecting out of people, just really icky, gooey stuff. And not just blood, but believe me, there's plenty of that. But just all kinds of other excrement and liquids and stuff that comes out of people and things. Then you might have an issue with this movie because there's a fucking lot of it. The comedy side of things, though, is a much more dry humor style. This is one of those comedies that isn't readily apparent that it's a comedy at first glance. There's not like any slapstick humor or jokes or anything like that. It's more just laughing at these absurd situations and the way that people react to them. And I gotta say that the comedy in this movie really worked for me. I mean, it's got a dark sense of humor, but so do I, so I kind of liked it. The story's pretty straightforward. What I said in the synopsis, that's pretty much what you get. Now, there is the end game where the movie ends up going, but I'm not gonna ruin that. But for the vast majority of the runtime, that synopsis, that's exactly what you got. You got three girls out in the middle of nowhere, just kind of having a weekend away, getting stoned, doing some X, drinking, hanging out, just having a good time, and then a fucking nasty ass alien shows up and starts to do stuff. While the story is interesting enough, that's not what really sells this thing. It's the performances and the way that these three young ladies react to the situations that this really weird fucking thing that they find gets into. Honestly, there's not much more than that. There's not a lot here, but I still really enjoyed this movie. It has a sense of style about it that I really dug, and the characters were all really fun. And then there's the gore. If you like gore, then you're gonna be at home here, especially in the second half of the movie. I said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it a whole bunch of times already, but this movie is really, really fucking nasty. However, all that nastiness looks fucking great as far as like, it looks what they wanted it to look like, because as far as I can tell, the vast majority of this movie, at least the creature effects and the gore effects, are all practical. We get a little bit of CGI here or there for some stuff in the sky and some other little things, and that all looks actually really good. But all the icky gooey red stuff and other assorted colors is all practical as far as I could tell. And I will always commend practical effects because they always look better. Well, maybe not always, but most times they look better, especially when it comes to gore effects. Now, while these practical effects do look really good, I'm not saying they necessarily look realistic. The gore effects, yeah, they do. But the creature effects, while they do look really good, I think it is intentionally supposed to look a little goofy. Not goofy so much as just kind of comical to a degree. It's really conflicting because it's kind of nasty, gross, and horrifying while kind of comical at the same time. The creature kind of looks like the character Toka from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. He was like this giant mutated snapping turtle. That's kind of what this creature looks like, just not as big. He's like a smaller version of Toka. I think his name was Toka. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't really have it in me to look it up. But you know what I'm talking about. The big ass snapping turtle in The Secret of the Ooze. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what everybody remembers from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and not Vanilla Ice prancing around like a fucking idiot singing, "Go Ninja, go Ninja, go." Yeah, I just did that, and you know what? I'll keep doing it. Go, 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 go. Now that that's out of my system, the ending of this movie did something I really liked. It subverted my expectations for a few minutes. There's something that happens pretty much at the very end of the movie where you think this is how things are going, and then they flip it around on you, and they did a really good job with this. They fooled me. Movies don't typically get away with this with me, but they did it here. I thought the movie was over and it was going a certain way, and then bam, they changed it up on me, and I really commend them for that. The end of this movie overall, while it's not like groundbreaking or anything, it was satisfying and it fit the rest of the tone of this film. Guys, overall, there's not a whole lot lot more I can say about The Seed. It was a really good time and I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. While it was nasty as fuck, it's that good kind of nasty as fuck. And while there were parts of it that were a bit vomit-inducing even, I still loved it because I love me a good body horror. It's got some fun game performances, some entertaining characters, and while the story is pretty basic, it's still a good time. The effects were great, although a bit stylized, and overall, for gorehounds, this movie's gonna be a really good time and absolutely worth a rent.
All he wanted was this.
I have to return some videotape.
This movie's not gonna be for everybody, but those of you out there that do enjoy those dry humor, ultra-violent horror comedies, is that a genre? You're gonna have a really good time with this. So there it is, guys, my review of The Seed. Even the name's nasty, The Seed. I mean, think about that for a minute. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you wanna help out the channel, check out my Patreon in the description below and become a jarhead and get some of the awesome benefits that go along with that, like these guys, and possibly join my top tier and become a bad motherfucker like my man Greg C and Dragon Khan. If you like video games or you just want to see this dumb motherfucker prancing around like a goddamn idiot, then check out my new gaming channel, Jag. Link in the description. Any support is appreciated. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Lancaster.
Be amazing.
You know, there's a part of me that says situations like this, I don't see how they happen. People find some weird thing like this that fell from the sky, and clearly it's all kinds of fucked up, and they always gotta go fucking with it. And I'm like, who's gonna do that? But then I get to thinking about it, and honestly, I probably would. If that shit fell from the sky, I'd probably be over there poking it with a fucking stick, even though everybody was telling me not to. So yeah, I guess the moral of this story is that if I ever find myself in one of these situations, then, well, I'm fucking dead. Either that or whatever the fuck it was that happened to the people in the end of this movie. I think I'll take death for 300 though, Alex.